Hey Capricorns, welcome to September 2017. Really quickly, I just need to get real with you guys. I messed up last month. I totally messed up. I didn't let you guys know where the eclipse was affecting you guys. I didn't even talk about the eclipse. I knew the eclipse was coming, but I don't know, I guess subconsciously I blocked it away because that eclipse was brutal. I don't know how you guys did with that, but holy, that was insane. Every single person I talked to has gone through some sort of crazy change. What an eclipse does is it eclipses out. It was one of my friends actually that was saying that put it perfectly. It eclipses out what we're holding on too tightly. If we're holding on to something too tightly, especially because the eclipses were in Leo and Aquarius, those are both fixed signs, right? Leo is all about courage and bravery, but it's still a fixed sign. And Aquarius, it's logical, but still fixed. So it's these things that we have to let go on in order for, the good of the universe and the good of our life path. However, we held on too tightly. So the eclipse was like, you know what? I'm done. Yeah, so that eclipse was brutal for me. My family were rocked by it. Like, we lost our brother who was a Leo, and it's been brutal. So like I said, I apologize for not including that information in the last video. Going forward, if you do post your birthday, time, and location, I'll let you know how that eclipse affected you so that even though it's past, we still absolutely feel the energy, and it's easier. So for instance, if I didn't know where the eclipse was hitting my chart, because I only usually check my chart when I'm doing research for the videos or for a reading. So I think that's why I subconsciously blocked it out, because I knew if I checked my chart, I was going to see that my eclipse was hitting my 8th house of death, sex, taxes, finances, shared resources, which literally the eclipse hit every single mark on that one. But now going forward, to look back and say, oh, that's right, I was holding on to that relationship too tightly. I was holding on to that person too tightly. That's why, they left, or that's why this happened, or I wasn't watching my finances, and that's why I lost all that money. So we're able to kind of look back and reflect on it and say, okay, now I can actually bring it to my conscious level and just release it so that going forward, come next eclipse season or come next full moon, we're not going to be going through the same heartache because we're trying to pull it back in after the eclipse was like goodbye. So that being said, it is a lot easier for Capricorns. As of August 27th, Saturn went direct. Thank God. Saturn needs to get out of, when Saturn gets out of Sagittarius, it's going into Capricorn. So come December, Saturn is going to be in Capricorn, and that's when Saturn is in Capricorn, we're definitely going to be hitting a lot more ambitious marks. We're going to be working harder when it comes to our profession, our career. It's really going to change around the Capricorns. We're going to get a lot more focused, a lot more determined, a lot more serious, like say goodbye to the fun days. A lot more serious, a lot more determined. So I'm looking forward to this energy, although Saturn will be crossing my ascendant, which is... Anyways, so Mercury has been retrograde. As you guys know, that is something that we discussed in the last video. So Mercury has been retrograde. It's at its peak right now with Mars. They're close by each other, so we're really being asked to be a lot more cautious than usual because our thinking is unclear, our direction is unclear, and our energy is unclear. After September 5th, we're going to start to feel, once it goes direct, we have a couple days after where you still really feel the energy. So around September 8th, 9th, we'll have the Mercury retrograde energy gone and we'll feel a lot better. What else? So the full moon is on September 6th, and that's in Pisces. So like I said, if anything from the eclipse you're still holding on to, like if something was clearly trying to leave during the eclipse season and you're like, no, this full moon is definitely time to just say, okay, no, it's gonna have to go. Once you can release that, and these are all, with it being a Pisces, these are all things that are under the surface that you don't even realize, that are just wreaking havoc on your conscious level, and therefore in your life and in your family and in your friends. So on September 6th, just release anything that is no longer serving you, especially in the subconscious level, especially if you've been having a lot of weird dreams that need to be brought to the attention. Email me with your dreams and I can let you know what that means. I love dream interpretation. The new moon is on the 20th in Virgo, so on the new moon on the 20th, after you've released everything on September 6th, you have a clean slate. On the new moon on the 20th, write down up to 10 things that you want to manifest into your life. Burn it. Say, thank you, universe, for helping me co-create my world, and then watch it flow in. Like, it works. It works if you're detailed. It works if it's, like, if it doesn't impose on somebody else. And it also works well if it's meant for your highest good. So, for instance, I was manifesting to be accepted into a certain program, and I was so detailed. I wanted the acceptance letter. I did a vision board. I even did a fake acceptance letter, and I looked at it every day. I didn't get in, and I was devastated, but the next day, I got a call for a personal acceptance to a completely different university that was directly related to what I wanted to get into. So although we're asking the universe for these specific things, the universe will deliver what makes the most sense with the highest good, with your life path, and with and how it affects the people around you, okay? Okay. Another thing to mention before we get started, this is numerology now. September is a turning point. September is a turning point in your year. So we've mentioned before how to calculate your personal year. That's adding your birthday and your birth month together. And that tells you the theme of your year. September is the peak of that. So if you've been having a year of new beginnings, September will be the peak of those new beginnings. If you're having a year of hard work, September is the peak of those as well. So please comment or email me with your birthday, time, location. I can let you know what September's peak is for you, what to expect, just so you can work with the energies more, right? Like, even though I lost my brother last month, I saw it through numerology, and it didn't make things easier. Me telling everyone, oh, this is going to be a hard year for this family. You know, granddad has changes, grandma has endings. You know what I mean? Things like that. Even though I saw all those, it didn't make it easier, but it just sort of, it kind of like justified it. It kind of in a way said, okay, this was going to happen from January 1st. We knew that something drastic was changing in our lives, and numerology just kind of made it seem okay, because it's like, well, obviously if numbers are saying, you know what I mean? Like, it's too crazy to not acknowledge that there must be a greater purpose and a greater whatever, that this number, this calculation of my birthday is pretty much telling me that I was going to have a hard year. Like, trust me, try it. Calculate your personal year. Calculate all your personal years and see how crazy and how on point it's been. I was never even a math person until numerology, but numerology it's incredible. And I just shared it with another Capricorn, and it completely empowered her. So Capricorns are one of those people, one of those signs that can handle numerology more so. It just seems a little bit more plausible, I guess. You know what I mean? Because it is numbers and everything. Numbers rule everything. Like, our alphabet was derived from the number system. So it just sort of just seems a little bit more logical, as opposed to like, oh, this card, you know what I mean? So try it. I urge you guys to try it. You won't be disappointed. That being said, now that I completely bashed tarot, I'm sorry, tarot, I love you. Now we're going to get started. This reading is for Capricorns for September 2017. Thank you so much. And now my brother does help with the readings. And to honor his memory, his name is Dane. To honor his memory, I got this tattoo that says, "Smile for Dane." So I'm just urging you guys, Dane was that Leo, moon in Aries, who didn't matter what kind of mood he was in, you could make him smile. All you had to do was smile at him. So I'm urging you guys to kind of live like that. He had a hard life, but he still maintained his integrity and his dignity by smiling and by making jokes, even if he was having the worst day. So smile for Dane, okay, guys? Thank you, Capricorns. So this is September 2017. Capricorn. Okay. Okay. Capricorn, September 2017. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so obviously a change happened. That's the theme of the spread. So a sudden change happened. It really knocked the Caps off their feet. It was intense. It was powerful. It was unexpected. And there wasn't enough time to really brace the fall. It wasn't shocking though. It was kind of a little bit foreseen in a way. Like if you were to actually pull yourself back and look at it, you're like, okay, it's not that shocking. It was going to happen, but it still was unexpected and really powerful, really transformative, and just, yeah, it kind of feels like your whole world was crashing down. So that change is forcing you to let go of something. So like I mentioned with the eclipse, yeah, we're being forced to let go. Like we can either hold on and make ourselves miserable, but at the end of the day, it is time to embrace that change. Blaming people for the change, feeling robbed, feeling like your freedom was robbed by somebody else, feeling like this this change robbed you of something. That's the theme, okay? So something happened, a change, sudden change, that it wasn't so shocking. So it was a sudden change, but it was foreseen in a way. Probably if you ask your outside circles, they're probably like, yeah, that was an obvious one. Is forcing you to really let go, to really let, and to work diligently on letting go. So every single time you think about it, and every single time you get pulled back into that thought, to just consciously say, letting it go. I accept it for what it is. I own it for what it is. Thank you for giving me that experience. I'm letting it go to the universe. I learned my lesson. You know, sometimes it's all that's need to be said. Like, especially if you're really connected with any angel guides, any guardian angels, or even just your own higher self, to say, listen, like, I get it. I'm letting go. Please, I've learned my lesson. Please no more. Thank you. Because by just keeping ourselves boxed in to blame and to resentment and to guilt, saying maybe, oh, it's because of this person, or it's for, if it wasn't for that person, yada, yada, yada. It really just hurts ourselves. It doesn't help anyone. Who was it? There's a quote that I know, and it's by someone important. Something about holding on to resentment is pretty much like slowly poisoning yourself. Because think about it. If you're angry at someone, they're still living their lives, and it's that much more aggravating, more frustrating. They're living their lives, do, and you're like, why don't you care that I'm mad at you? Because there's no way. So realistically, you might as well just either talk about it in true Capricorn fashion, or just let it go. And maybe try and pull yourself back and see how maybe it was helping you in the grand scheme, or even you can just let go of that person, right? So that's the theme. That's what's going on for September 2017. Let's see what the cards have to say and like how we can work with that, okay? Okay, so there's 2 people here. Ooh, there's 3 people here. Okay, this is looking good, Capricorn. I'm really proud of you guys. Like, really proud of the Caps. Okay, so all of that change came in, and it forced us to let go. And we still feel like we're putting a lot of blame on other people. Recognize that it could have came from any source. Capricorns have so much going on right now that to actually go to one person and say, you're the reason why this is that, you're the reason why this change came in and now I'm being forced to let go and move on and make sacrifices. Recognize that it wasn't just the one person, place, or thing. It was a magnitude of things that have all culminated together, built up to mess with your power, to either give you power or to take it away. And a lot of the times taking away power actually does empower you in the long run, because it makes you humble, right? So it couldn't have just been one person, place, or thing. This was a series of events that all came together. And now because of these series of events, it's really affecting your ability to be happy, to be positive, to be that sunny, optimistic person. Although Saturn has gone direct and we don't feel as, like the Capricorn energy doesn't feel as like strained, it is a little bit easier. But because we have that openness and not so much, it's not so much internalized, now we're looking outward. Now we're like, okay, we spent so much time inward, now that Saturn's direct, we're looking outward and we're not happy with what we see. Okay? And that's the obstacle and the aid. So as much as this is a situation, all this crap that's been piling up, all these different power whatevers, power struggles, power options, this is the obstacle and the aid. This is what's helping us. Our optimism is helping us with this, but it's also hindering us. Okay? Subconsciously, there's a young water sign here, or someone who's emotionally immature, somebody who's young and emotional, somebody who's really, really focused on their emotions. Like they're someone who they're getting deep with it. They can get incredibly deep with their emotions, and that can be intimidating for a Capricorn because, you know, the earth sign, right? So a lot of the times the Capricorns, their emotions are grounded. So although you're surrounded by a water sign and subconsciously it is motivating a lot, this water sign is motivating a lot of your actions and a lot of your power struggles. The thing with this is we can learn from this water sign. If we feel like we haven't been able to emote based on this change, a lot of the times the change, like, we'll just internalize it, right? So something happens and it was so brutal and we're like, no, we're moving on. So we'll internalize it. Instead of letting it go, we'll just swallow it. So it feels like we let go of it, but no, we've actually just swallowed it whole, and now it's going to mess with us on the inside. So the water sign that's on your subconscious, the younger water sign, learn from them, grow from them, cry with them, emote with them. Just let it flow, because that's going to really bring back the power. It's really going to bring back the power. You're thinking about this earth sign, though. This younger earth sign. So this water sign is below you, and this earth sign is above you. And this earth sign, so earth is obviously Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, somebody who's really focused on their finances, or who has the earth sign tendencies or the earth sign qualities. So someone, like I said, who's really focused on their finances, slow and steady, very detailed, organized, and methodical, whatever word it is, Mercury retrograde. But someone who does actually have a little bit of a fiery nature, but it's their fiery nature is behind them. Like they want to chill right now because of their fiery past, before they move forward, because they're trying to use whatever's going on in their subconscious, whatever happened in their past with their inner child, in order to create powerful manifestations when it comes to their finances. So this is somebody who's on your mind, who you're thinking about, and who is absolutely affecting your ability to stay positive, your incredible opportunities for power, and also this change and this sacrifice. So these two people need to be really recognized. It's almost like the Capricorns need a little bit of both. They need the emotional integrity and the emotional depth of this younger water sign or same age water sign, and then they also need the power and stability of this earth sign. So these two people are sandwiched between your situation, or your situation is sandwiched between these two people, and it's definitely time to talk about it and to bring it to the forefront. There's no point of just harboring that resentment, because it will fester, and I believe, like, rest in peace Louise Hayes, but she was always talking about how your mind and your body are related. So things that you're physically manifesting, that's from like years of deep-seated issues and emotions. So the only way to clear that is to literally just let it go. Cry it out, scream it out, do what you need to do. I know that Capricorns aren't very emotionally, like they're not emotionally vibrant, like they won't have an emotional outburst unless you have a lot of Aries in your chart. But a Capricorn, if you can just even, you know, go on a hike, get to the highest peak, make sure that you're alone, and just scream into the mountains. Like, do you have any idea how cleansing that would be for a Capricorn? Like, you guys would come back different people. Getting out into nature, getting out in a walk, getting your hands into some dirt, getting your feet into dirt. My nephew was just talking about how he loves putting his toes between mud. Like, I'm like, that is so grounding and so gross. Like, something like that will really, really empower you guys. So this change did happen. Like I said, this is another change card, but this card symbolizes that change was good and that things continue to change. So there's no point of stalling yourself in this present moment saying this is the change happening right now and I need to just focus here. No, keep moving with it. Okay, that happened. It was a change. Let's go through the cycles. Keep moving, okay? You right now are pretty lethargic, pretty bored right now. Nothing, all of that change came, and now you're just focusing. Sorry, my cat's locked in. All of that change did come in, and now you're really just trying to focus on your family and friends and your home and family, not even necessarily your friends, and just getting yourself situated there and getting yourself organized and just building your foundation back up. There is something missing, okay, Capricorn? There's something that's just not there that you haven't even recognized yet. So you might feel that on a subconscious level, but it's almost like you're too lethargic to work for it. It's almost like, well, I know that something's missing, but I know that if I go deep into that rabbit hole, where will I end up? You know, like I've mentioned a couple times before, I'm a Capricorn rising, so this absolutely resonates for me. Knowing that something's missing, but being too afraid to acknowledge it, like especially when it comes to your home and family, knowing that there's something in the home, something in the family that is just not there, but if you acknowledge that and if you really bring it to the surface, it's terrifying. Because what does that mean? That means change, and you've already gone through a crazy change. So that's where you guys are at right now. Family and friends, you've been giving a lot of time to them. They've been giving a lot of time to you. Spending time with a big brother, spending time with your little sister, just spending time with the people that matter to you and really giving back in a beautiful way. Your family and friends are doing well. They definitely feel like you're there for them. And they also want you to know that they're there for you. You know, during all this with my brother, I saw, like, I haven't had a cell phone in almost 2 years. It broke and I just was free and I've never gone back to it. But to realize in the face of tragedy how many people want to be there for you is incredible. And it's only if we let them in. Because, yeah, change sucks, especially when it's a sudden change like this. But God, do we ever realize how much people care for us and they just want to nurture. They want to say, here, I'll be your shoulder. I'm strong right now. So cry on me. I know that you're having a weak time, so cry on me. Ooh, the cat is here. Okay, she's on her spread. Hurley, go away. Sorry. Hope and fear is to get back to work. So this change probably knocked your psyche around, knocked your family around, knocked you around, and you want to get back to work, but you're afraid of it. You are fearful of it. What does it mean to move on? Now we just have that emotional baggage. Now when we go back to work, we just have this lingering beside us like a brick. It's really time to just maybe let go, you know, and say, although I want to get back to work, I want to get back to focusing on my finances and my empowerment, but how can you after this change? How can you just go back to normal? So that's what I'm talking about when I said that something is missing. Once we find out what's missing there, once we find out what's missing there, then we can actually empower our finances and our power even more so, because we're going to incorporate that missing element into our lives. And then the outcome is really seeing how far we've come and what we've built and how empowered we actually are, using these two people to get us there, and then ending up like this. Back to it. So yeah, Caps, the change came in. It messed with our optimism. It messed with our creativity. It messed with our ability to smile and kind of, because things were going well, but then something just, and now it's like we want to get back to it, but feels kind of disgraceful to just say, okay, back to work. But it's time, because that change actually has, once we let go and accept the lessons for what they are, just lessons. Once we let go and accept that lesson and we stop putting the blame on other people for that change and we stop having that resentment for other people for that change, we can really, really see our power. We can really start to empower ourselves. Let your family help you. Let these two, the water, earth sign, and your family help you. Open up. Open up. Let them see the vulnerability. Let them see the tears. Let them see that you care. In my opinion, like, I don't know, when someone is crying to me, especially like when it's a male, I'm like, wow, like something is seriously wrong, and you naturally want to help. It's when you hear a crying baby, you automatically look, right? It's not just because it's loud, it's because you want to help. You see the pain, you see the struggle, so you want to help. So just open yourself up to your family, even if it's difficult. I think that you'll be very, very, very pleasantly surprised. Okay, Capricorn, that's all I have for you guys for September. Like I said, please post your birthday time and birth location below, and I will let you know. So since Saturn, we're ruled by Saturn, I'll let you know where Saturn went direct, so that's where you're going to be getting more serious. I'll let you know if you want to know how the eclipse affected you, please ask, and then I can let you know how that is affecting you. I'll also let you know where Mercury went direct, so where you're gaining more clarity. So with Saturn and Mercury, you can figure out where in your lives you can get more serious and where you can get more clear. And then I'll also let you know your personal year. So what to expect this September, the peak of your personal year, okay? Love you, Capricorns. Have an amazing September, and I will see you in October. Bye, guys.